Hello and welcome, my Virgo friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be a group reading for the full wolf moon for my Virgo friends. This month, the full wolf moon brings with it a lunar eclipse. Now, eclipses are that celestial checkpoint, if you will. The eclipses like to open new doors for us to that new exciting adventure, that peace that we should really be getting. At the same time, they like to slam shut doors on things that are not working for us. And it's that slamming shut that causes us the most jolt. And it really reminds me of that jolting experience of the tower. So we have that encompassed with that passion-orientated full moon of the wolf moon. What I'm going to look at in today's reading is how these energies are going to work together and impact this shift that the lunar eclipse is offering. The deck I'm using for this reading is the Witch's Tarot, and then I'm also going to be using the Energy Oracle for a blessing. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now, this is the spread I'm going to be using for the reading. This is my lunar eclipse spread. It's very similar and almost identical to the solar eclipse spread. I am not going to be referring back and forth between spread and the reading. Rather, there's a link below to this spread so you can access it as you need it and when you need it. All right, my Virgo friends, let's see what the cards have to say. What will the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Virgo friends? The Three of Wands. Threes are about expression and growth. That wand is about that inner fire and passion. The Three of Wands talks about that movement, that journey. And it's just not any movement or any journey. Look how abundant his staffs are, those wands. We are looking at a journey that is going to lead to prosperity and to growth, because we have that very abundant little foliage of flowers. So we have a pathway that is going to be illuminated not only by the full moon, but also the lunar eclipse. I know that the eclipse impacts the light. However, the pair of them in tandem are really going to help light up not only a physical path, but that third eye where we're going to be able to truly see where we need to go. All right, on to the second question. What guidance does the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Virgo friends? The Three of Pentacles. This is a skill craftsman card. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew has a craftsman, an artisan, banging on this amazing cathedral with this little friar or abbot and the architect right behind him, working in conjunction with him to create this amazing end product. What we're going to see, what guidance you're going to get, is going to be that teamwork. Your astral and high vibrational support systems are really going to come in and want to support and guide you. Help the full moon and the eclipse light that path for you. Light that fire within you so that you can move forward. You have that courage and determination to get going. Now we do have double threes. In angel messages, when you're looking at that double three, the angels are telling you something close to your heart needs to be expressed, which is very clear. We do need to make a little bit of a shift. We need to start working on that next aspect, that next journey. But that connection in, that teamwork, really solidifying and connecting in not only to that physical aspect of ourselves and our support system, but more importantly to that astral and higher vibrational energies. All of those are going to be very key in that next step. Right. What supports does the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse bring my Virgo friends? The shadow side, the 15th card in the major arcana. In many decks, he's known as the devil. He was the devil in the major arcana of the original deck. The shadow side, or the devil, talks about those belief systems, those core set values, your addictions, those coping mechanisms and strategies we use that are not supporting you. And they are not, and this is most important, not for your greater good. These are all ego-driven, that lower vibrational energy. And it's the higher vibrational energy that we need. The support we're getting from the full moon and lunar eclipse to get rid of those low vibrational energy is to evaluate the structure that we're functioning from. Right now is based on that lower vibrational energy, and it's that lower vibrational energy that causes instabilities in our foundations. We are going to have the ability to connect in and really crumble some of this foundation that is not serving us, is not for our greater good. We need a very solid and stable, very stable, high vibrational foundation. And that's not what we have right now, Virgo. The full moon and the eclipse gives us the ability, that strength, that courage, and the insight on how to really go in and kind of flush stuff out. What isn't working? We need to spend time focused in on who we are, what's happening in our lives, what's working in our lives. Where is it that we want to go? What's our end result? What's our goal? Don't focus in on the lower. When we focus in on the lower, we kind of feed the ego. And the ego will start to blow itself up and make it feel like you're stabler than you are. Focus in on what's going well. What's that high vibration? When you focus in on that high vibration, the low vibration becomes very evident. You start to shine a light in that darkness. Right. Let's look at the fourth question. What abrupt shift will the lunar eclipse bring my Virgo friends? The Ten of Wands. Tens are an ending and a beginning card. The wand about that passion and that inner flame. Now the Ten of Wands is that quintessential, you're working way too hard. You should be working smarter rather than harder card. Working hard is important. We've got that hard work card. However, we're not functioning from a higher vibrational platform. We're not critically thinking at how we're working, that end result, what's happening. When we start to break things down and critically think, like I said just a few minutes ago, the importance of sitting down and reflecting on what is working in your life, it's going to highlight the areas that you need to make a shift on what it is you're doing. And importantly, because you've got the Three of Pentacles here, what supports you're receiving. We do not need to do this alone. We were never meant to be solo flyers. We were meant to work in a team. And when we start to work with our physical and our spiritual support systems, those high vibrational energies, we start to create this amazing triangle. I like to refer to it as the Triforce Perfecta. When we're working with our complete team, that Triforce, it can create amazing pieces and changes and shifts in our lives and make things a lot more meaningful and a lot more fun because you're not doing it alone. Some of this work will start to be fun. And when it starts to be fun, we raise our vibration because we're starting to laugh, we're starting to enjoy ourselves. And it's that enjoyment that makes things more fulfilling. All right, on to the fifth question. How will this shift impact my Virgo friends? That's not a surprising card. This is your inner journey card. I said you need to start reflecting in on what's working. The Eight of Cups talks about that need to go inwards and do some reflecting. Go into those darker areas that the ego doesn't want us to go into, because that's where we've hidden gifts and talents and skills and pieces that we were afraid of when we were children, because we didn't understand. We didn't have the support system. That support system is, like I said, key, that team, to help guide us and nurture our abilities so that we are able to live that soul's deeper and bigger purpose. All right, on to 6. How can the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse support my Virgo friends in incorporating this shift? Well, that's shocking, isn't it? I said in the intro that the eclipse does feel like a bit of a tower energy, where it's that shocking, jolting energy. So the full wolf moon and the lunar eclipse are going to help you incorporate this, because they're not going to give you a choice. Situations, events, emotions are going to hit you quite quickly, hard, fast and furious, that are going to cause you to really need to reflect on what's happening. And some of you may be able to see this impending storm brewing near the end of the week, where you're like, oh yeah, that's not fun. Others will be blindsided by this shift. The shift will happen, and you will be able to start to reflect in on what things are holding you back, and more importantly, what is working and what you need to continue to work on. And then finally, how can the full wolf moon, oh, we got a jumper, and the lunar eclipse support my Virgo friends in implementing this shift? The Death card, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. How they're going to support you is helping you with getting rid of what's not working, releasing that low vibrational energy. And some of the tower will take that low vibrational energy and zap it up. People will call you on things. You're going to be called to be accountable. Other people, there will be situations and events that the universe is going to trigger to bring about that catalyst of change. What isn't brought in or connected to that tower's change, death is riding right behind it, saying, okay, let's release. The best way to really incorporate and embrace these changes into your life is to embrace death and say, take it. What's not working, take it. I'm going to be focusing in on that high vibrational next step. The full moon and lunar eclipse are really kind of giving you that next stage. It's a preparation, if you will. We've got that, our decisions are made, things are coming forward, we need to get going. We can't move forward with what we have right now. We're working harder than we should. We've got things holding us back. We're carrying a lot of baggage. The moon and eclipse are going to help reduce some of this baggage, help refocus and reshift our thinkings, so we're going from a high vibrational rather than a low vibrational space and energy. All right, my Virgo friends, let's go on to a blessing. What blessing, oh, got a jumper, can my Virgo friends embrace for the full wolf moon and lunar eclipse? Okay, the first jumper, deceit. Really connects into that lower vibration, that 15 of the shadow or the devil. You need to be very truthful with yourself. You need to go down deep and find out the core values, those belief systems that have created your structure, so that you can release what is needed to be released so that you are able to move forward. Your ego is going to try and deceive you, try and convince you that you're going too deep or you've done enough. So it'd be helpful to work with your Triforce Perfecta, your high vibrational self, those high vibrational beings, your astral family, that guidance from above, and then also those supportive people in our lives, our physical supports, into really reflecting. Because the tower will continue to hit until we have made those changes. The devil or your ego will continue to try and mask and cover up some of those low vibrational pieces, so you're not taking everything away from them. You need to be listening to that higher vibrational energy to get the direction on how much and where it is you need to release, because the tower's going to keep coming. Yin and yang. Balancing that divine feminine and divine masculine within yourself. When you have that balance, that's when creation and abundance happens. I said this is going to be very lucrative, and it's going to be a space of growth because we had these beautiful flowers. This is very true. I was not lying. Yes, it may be a bit painful in places. You may not be happy the entire time. However, that growth and abundance is still there, especially when we start to balance and realign ourselves, recenter ourselves, getting that lower vibration replaced with high vibration, and focusing in on that balancing piece and focusing in on the creation. And you need that divine feminine and divine masculine to create. Storm warnings. I won't lie, sometimes the cards have a sense of humor. So the storm is coming. Now, we have been seeing signs of this storm because the universe doesn't just send in the tower just for the giggles of it. The universe has been prompting you, suggesting to you, my Virgo friends, let's go here, let's do this, this is what we need to do. You need to release some stuff. Your ego isn't in a good space. We've ignored it, we've said yes, we'll get to it. Now the universe is calling us on it. It is time to go. It is time to go forward. That storm warning is going to come hitting us, well, in some cases like a hurricane. Other cases, depending on how much you've heeded those universal messages, will depend on how intense this storm will be for you. Knowing that even after these crazy storms and natural events, we end up with amazing fertile soil because of what was lost. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you were able to gain some direction and insight into the full moon and lunar eclipse and what it is they're offering you. And this is an offer. We have free will. We can choose to ignore it and move forward with our life as it is. However, the universe isn't going to go, oh, I tried once. The universe will intensify this tower, will intensify that storm until it brings you that change you need in your life. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. I have so many great new twists and turns that are coming up in the next little while here. The best way to stay connected and not miss anything is to subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell. That way you miss nothing that I post. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. And in some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out. Until tomorrow, my Virgo friends.